Good evening, Rebecca Bishop, Glendora resident, parent, and business owner. I am here to address several issues. The first is regarding what was stated in the GUSD letter leading up to the first week of school. One of the topics mentioned was pertaining to school board meetings remaining civil. In these meetings, residents raise concerns, they are passionate, and they ask for their medical freedoms to be honored. I am making an official public records request of your policies and procedures that dictate how a meeting is to be conducted. Out of all the board meetings I've attended, I have never experienced anyone stopping the board from conducting a meeting. You are choosing to take a recess or meet privately because mandates are more important than the voices of residents you represent. You are choosing to silence parents and members of the community by cutting live stream footage like you did on August 8th. We have concerns that you do not have sufficient evidence that support a pandemic. I ask for a public records request for a thorough documentation that supports your stance as a school board in favor of mask wearing and COVID testing for all students and staff. On August 23rd, when I last spoke, I mentioned a parent's love and sacrifice for their children. I said I would die on every hill for my child, and I know you would too, Corey. I was merely speaking to Corey as a fellow parent at that point. That's all it was. I then look over to Penny, and she gives me a flagrant eye roll, also glancing in Corey's direction. That eye roll showed not only me, but her fellow board member, Corey Ellenson, an enormous amount of disrespect. You were on the same team, and your lack of unity is noted. The third topic is a public records request for how many children in the district receive services through IEPs and 504 plans. How much have you, the district, paid in legal fees for due process litigation? As a mother of a vaccine-injured child, I know I represent other parents who have to advocate for their children in such a specific manner. Where is your concern and willingness to advocate for these children who cannot just comply with the latest mandates due to their specific health needs? The next and final issue is making sure that the superintendent is abiding by her contract. I am asking for a public records request of Penelope DeLeon's contract. Since keeping all of us in line is extremely important to her, I feel it's only acceptable for us to hold her to the same standard. If there is nothing to hide, please show documented proof that she is following her contract as promised. She reminds us before every meeting what our have-tos are. So what are her have-tos? The residents of Glendora must be represented by a superintendent that is ethical. This is step one in earning our trust. Penny, you have proven yourself untrustworthy throughout the past year and a half. You don't listen to concerned parents or citizens, but instead give us blanket statements about following county guidelines and recommendations. I never hear concern in your voice for children who are clearly suffering under your leadership. I officially ask for your resignation and request that you take your damaging behavior far from the patriotic town of Glendora.